Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, people in programs. My name is Al the Retro Actor. Wow, I just can't talk. You can tell I'm recording all these back to back because I can't talk during any of them. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, people in programs. My name is Al, the retroactive android, and welcome back to Starcraft, where we are going to be doing Mission 2. That's what today is. Today's goal is Mission 2. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but you've read the title. You've read the title. You know what Mission 2 is. We're gonna go ahead. You put down spider mines at the beginning here because they're a early warning system, if you will. Okay, cool. So there are Zerglings in that niche, but they don't actually do anything except, you know, be turds. We're going to build a bunch of SCVs. English is a language I am programmed to speak. English is a language I'm programmed to speak. English is a language I'm programmed to speak. We're going to build a bunch of SCVs off the bat to kickstart our economy. Now, we've got fire bats this time. Fire bats are a thing that can happen. Now, is it a thing that I like doing? Not really. But you can see our resources are actually very limited right now. So we're going to need to expand pretty much immediately. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to devour this resource stack, we're going to build some men, and we're going to go on the offensive off the bat. And the reason we're going to do it like that is because we need to find more crystals, we need to find more Vespane, right? We've got this Vespane geyser here. Honestly, that would probably be sufficient. But mainly, we just need more minerals, because the deposit here isn't going to last all that long. Like, the largest one in here is 750. And nothing else is even close. You got like a 500 and a couple 200s. That's not going to last very long. We need a squad. Luckily, we still have Rainer here, and though he took a beating from my stupidity earlier, he absolutely can do some damage. He can be very helpful. So let's go ahead, let's set, and what I'm doing, by the way, is I'm clicking on the building and right-clicking to set where I want the rally point to be. And the whole idea behind that is just, I want my men, when they pop out, to walk over here. You can do the same thing with your command center for the SCVs. You can do the same thing with any building, right? Any building that produces units. So, the thing about super units, like this Rainer here, is you really have to debate internally. Is it worth risking losing the super unit, which, if I check the mission objectives real quick, Rainer must survive. We lose him, game over. Is it worth risking that in return for an extremely strong unit? Now, he's also got a lot of survivability, so personally, I would kind of lean towards the side of make use of him. But at the same time, I'm trying to have this be a bit more of a guide, and this is where, because in the first two levels, right? First two levels aren't hard. I'm going to say that flat out. First two levels are not hard. They're tutorials, basically. Now, things are going to start getting to the point where you could potentially lose. I've not seen anyone lose this early yet, but first time for everything, and that's why I'm making this guide, right? I'm going to spend probably a lot of these early sections explaining my mentality, explaining my strategy, that kind of thing. I'm going to try to get up to a full dozen Marines, by the way. Because when we get to the later levels, I might have to do things without having the chance to tell you guys what I'm doing or why. Given the shape of this map, I think we're actually going to start by expanding to the right. And I'm going to do something that I don't recommend you do. I would recommend you wait until you have all your men together, and then you send them all over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a brief look over here, and I'm going to lure these Zerglings to the edge of their range where they explode against the spider mine. That's a little bit of an advanced tech. Don't expect to know how to do that off the bat. And right now what I'm mainly doing is just trying to explore and figure out where there's more minerals and whatnot. Now this is admittedly not a good position to have put myself in. Happily, those Zerglings have a zone of control, so they're not going to pursue forever. I've only got one Marine left. When that Marine's done, we're going to go ahead, we're going to do a exploration and slaughter run. We technically have enough minerals here for another squad of 12. And I don't see any reason why we shouldn't make another squad of 12. What we're really looking for, though, is somewhere on this map you can unlock the Academy. And unlocking the Academy will unlock fire bats. By the way, when you're moving armed soldiers, I highly recommend, instead of just right-clicking to pick a destination, you press A for attack and then click a location, which means they will go there, but while they're going there, they're going to attack anything that is in their way. This is considered ideal because, like right there, you don't want them to just die to the Zerglings, you want them to kill the Zerglings. Very important. Now over here I can see the walls, so I know that there's not going to be anything there, but mainly we need to keep exploring, find another source of resources. And here, I'm going to command them to move because they're blocking each other, and I need more men available. That's more Vespane, that's more Crystal. Perfect. This is the additional resources that we needed. And that right there is not anything. That is decor. Cool. So, now that we have the additional resources that we need over here, you'll note that there isn't actually any way off of this plateau here. You have to go up through here or through here. So we're actually going to retreat the men back. And here's an especially interesting part. You'll note our crystals are already starting to run low over here. One of the unique abilities of the Terrans is we can lift off. We can move our units should we need to. This Vespane geyser, I don't actually know how much is in there because I don't have it lit up right now. I can't actually see it, but that's fine. Now, I'm going to have these guys start advancing deeper into the... Nope, they're going to clear out this area first. We're going to kill the few Zerglings over here. Of course, they managed to kill something. That's unfortunate, but, you know, we're in war. This is how war works. Now, we have a lot of Zerglings to kill over here. Now, this right here is a creep colony. It won't actually damage anything. All it does is it stands there and looks intimidating. And over here, this is where we get the Academy.
Thanks for the rescue. We've been holed up in these bunkers for days hiding from the Zerg. Jacked up and good to go.
All right, we just discovered that bunkers exist. Are we going to use them? No. And there's a very good reason why. Because we have a couple of missions where they will be beneficial, but this is not a mission where we get really attacked. And since we don't really get attacked, it isn't really a big thing to do defense. The more important thing by far is killing everything. We're going to go ahead, put our fire bats over here on 2, and this is the Academy. Now, the Academy is an upgrade building that is also required to make fire bats. These guys, the melee guys, basically. And there's something very important here. The U-238 shells, uranium-238 shells. What this does is it gives them more range.
Yes, sir?
That is incredibly valuable. Also, you'll note the creep is disappearing since there's no longer anything sustaining it. As soon as this mineral deposit's gone, we're going to start slurping up these minerals over here. In the meantime, we're slurping up those minerals over there. And you know what? I feel kind of like having my fire bats go on an expedition. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to send our fire bats out. Fire bats are very powerful against early Zerg because they're melee, which the Zerglings also are, and they're very strong. Look at the HP on this thing dropping, despite the fact that it is only 4 units. They are extremely effective. But there is actually something else that we can also make to upgrade our people. We're going to go ahead, we're going to make 4 SCVs real quick. And after we've built our SCVs, let's go ahead, let's do a little exploring on the plateau, see if there's anything good over here, which there does not appear to be, but we are able to see other things around. And we also know that they're only going to come from this direction, which is nice. They cannot make it to us any other way because they don't have flight yet. That upgrade's done. We can't get the shells immediately, which does kind of suck. But what we're going to do is we're going to have one of these guys build a refinery right there. We're going to have the other one actually go all the way over here to build a refinery. And this last guy is going to build the engineering bay. And the engineering bay is really valuable upgrades. It's straight up more damage, more armor for your infantry. Now, granted, it's for infantry. It does not, under any circumstances, and there it goes. Crystal's gone. So now we take this, we lift off, and I'm actually going to tell it, build a ComSat station and settle right there with it. And then we can have this lift off, and we'll have it plant down right by the other barracks for convenience. And now I'm going to have you build a supply depot. I'm going to have you build a supply depot. And I'm going to have you build a supply depot. You'll never believe it. And then you guys are going to start mining that. Oh, come on. Stop being a baby. Your friend is temporarily in the way. Go ahead. There. You're good. Just move it slightly over. Grow a brain. Like, dang nabbit. Okay. Now that we got that guy done. And yeah, you're collecting the Vespane. Alright. You're done. So you're going to go after Vespane as well. You're all done. You're going to go after Vespane. And the reason we're going after Vespane is because that's what Firebats require, right? And yeah. All right. We're going to want to build up another squad, right? We're probably going to want... These Firebats are actually pretty damaged. But what we want right now is probably another unit real quick of Marines. And then once we have our Marine unit, and we're actually going to go ahead and say, hey, you can make more things as well sometimes. Once we have our Marine unit, we're going to invest in probably a couple more Firebats. Now, here's one of the key parts of my strategy, because I want to point out, I have never looked up any sort of meta. I have never looked up any sort of guide myself. Every single strategy that I give you in this video is one that I figured out. And the key to most of those strategies, sorry, bumped my mic there. The key to most of these strategies is just build a wall with the least amount of resources possible. From within that wall, build a force that can strike with overwhelming power. Now, here's a tip for you. ComSat station. Press Control, put it on 0, because you can bind buildings to your hotkeys as well. So now whenever I press 0, it selects my ComSat station. So if I want to quickly just scan an area, I can do that. And that looks nasty. That looks adorable, though. I don't know why it's that, like, why it looks like that, but it's absolutely adorable. Okay. If we are going to go with overwhelming force to make sure that we don't have to buy more units later, you want to know one of the best ways to do it? 2 2 squads. We're doing 2 squads of Marines. I'm putting you guys on 2, taking the fire bats, putting them on 1. So here's the thing about the fire bats. They're pretty injured at this point. So what I'm going to be trying to do is sort of use them as cleanup. Now over here, I'm immediately going to buy upgrade infantry weapons, which will make them deal more damage. Now, the way that those upgrades do is they always do +1. +1 weapons, +1 armor. So in this case, I have 0 armor to begin with, so adding 1 to that is actually quite a lot. The fire bats have 1 armor, so adding 1 to that is also a lot. The flamethrower adding +1 isn't a lot, but the Gauss rifle doing 6 damage, give it +1, that's going to be a heck of a lot. I need to double check if it's only +1 to the fire bats. I know that there are some that get larger damage boosts from the damage upgrade. I don't know that the fire bats are them. That being said, we've got that being upgraded now. We're almost done with our last squad, because these guys are Unit 2, and then these guys are going to be Unit 3. And Unit 3, alright. 2, attack over there. 3, attack over there. The fact that we already lost someone is a little bit upsetting, but you know what? That's what happens. That's how it goes in Starcraft. That's what Zerglings do, baby. Okay. Unit 2, attack over there. Unit 3, attack over there. Now, I am not like one of those macro expert competitive Starcraft players who can do like 50 bajillion things and looks like they're playing in fast forward, right? That's just not how I roll. The way that I roll is slow and steady. What are you idiots doing?
Orders, Captain? Reporting for duty.
All you, stand there a moment.
I read you.
They're blocked off from the crystals. Ay, ay, ay. There you go. You have access now. Yeah, that's something you have to be careful of. You can block off your own units from actually accessing the resources you need.
Outstanding. Fired up.
All right, we're sending everybody in. Sometimes you'll even see me go for, and I'll point out when this happens, but sometimes you would actually see me go for like 10 or 12 full squads of stuff. Just because I want just overwhelming firepower.
Standing by. Jacked up and good to go. Fired up.
We're down to 1 fire bat, but that's fine. Our overwhelming force is still working.
You got my attention.
Everything comes close, it just dies. That is the idea behind overwhelming force.
Jacked up and good to go.
We just have enough people that we can't be stopped.
Due to that command center.
They infested it. Didn't you click it and read the text? All right. Everything, kill. Kill, kill, kill. We want that thing destroyed. Can we upgrade our weapons just in time? How about Firebat? How's you upgrade? You get +2, Marines get +1. Okay, so Firebats do get more. And we're gonna go ahead, destroy this infested command center, save the galaxy. Good stuff.
Receiving incoming transmission.
Uh-oh.
Marshal Rayner, by destroying a vital Confederate installation, you and your men have violated standing colonial law. As of right now, you're all under arrest. I suggest you throw down your weapons and come peaceably.
Are you
What?
out of your mind? If we hadn't burned that damn factory, this entire colony could have been overrun.
Maybe if you hadn't taken your sweet time in getting here.
Now, I asked you nice the first time, boy. I didn't come here to talk with you. Now throw down them weapons.
Guess you wouldn't be a Confederate if you weren't a complete pain in the ass.
I don't think I like the Confederates in this game. I think they kind of suck. All right. So what's the next? Ooh, we get a cutscene. Okay. We'll watch the cutscene. We'll see what the next mission is. And then we'll go ahead and call this video. We're watching this in theater, baby. We're watching it in theater. Oh my god, those animations are so old.
Hey, Sarge, why we always gotta listen to this shit for anyway? Cause I'm in charge, that's why. Oh, it don't seem like no good kind of reason.
It's such early 2000s animation.
Hey, what's that? Hold on a minute, a second.
It's such early 2000s animation. I love it. This is so glorious.
Looks like you mashed some poor fella's dog, Sarge. It's a Zerglin, Lester. Smaller type of Zerg. They even be out this far unless... Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
I love you, Sarge.
Hey, we got a gay romance. Woo! And immediately fell prey to the kill the gays trope. Yes, okay. This is the mission that I was thinking of. Unfortunately, I can't do it today. It'll have to be in the next video, but we'll go through this.
Got your message, Magistrate. And frankly, I don't care what you have to say about Confederate regulations. You damn fringe world yokels are all alike. Don't know where your loyalties lie. Y'all have a real good day now, you hear?
Transmission ended.
Mm.
The report you requested is ready. 16 outland stations have reported sightings of the alien invaders identified as Zerg. The Confederates have arrested all standing militia forces and continue to avoid action against the Zerg. 3 stations have fallen to the Zerg already. We've been unable to locate any source of military relief except the extremist faction known as the
Sons of Korhal. Extremist faction worries me.
Good day, Magistrate. My name is Arcturus Mansk, and I represent the Sons of Korhal. You're familiar with the Confederate propaganda surrounding my group, but your reputation suggests you'll see past it.
Fair
It's
enough.
never been our practice to operate in any one place for long, but these Zerg don't look like they're going to wait. I'm going to make you an offer, Magistrate. I'd like to help you out by sending down a number of transports to your colony and evacuating any survivors. You know, of course, that my organization operates outside the bounds of Confederate law. That's why they spread their lies and misinformation. If you decide to accept our help, you'll be branded as an outlaw too. But it's a chance to save those people. Time to make a stand, Magistrate.
Okay.
Ending transmission. Priority alert. Evacuation zone under attack by Zerg forces. Distress beacon activated at 12:20.
All right. So for this mission, theoretically, we have a decision. Let our people get slaughtered or accept the help from the Sons of Korhal. Naturally, letting our people get slaughtered results in failing the mission, so our only choice is accepting the help by the Sons of Korhal. For that to happen, we have to survive 30 minutes. I have seen so many people fail this mission. This is the first mission that you can reliably fail. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to save this. We're going to overwrite our save. And I will see you all for the next video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you don't mind, go ahead, leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave a comment. All that YouTube stuff really helps out with the algorithm. I'm trying to grow here. I want to be able to get some editors and actually, pay them. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and peace.